How's it going, guys? It's Zeph here, and I want to thank everybody because we finally hit the milestone of 5,000 subscribers. I feel like it's been like a really long time in the making, even though like I didn't really start taking the content creation aspect seriously until like maybe a year ago. And I just kind of wanted to go through like the brief like history of the channel. It just seems apropos, and I can thank people in order that way. So back in 2022, when I first started playing the game, I had a lot of friends who had already played the game, and you know, I wasn't really much of like an FPS guy. Like, I'm not good at video games, and even though I love them, I love video games, but I am notoriously like just bad at them. So you know, I was a little hesitant to start playing, and you know, I started playing Valorant, and again, it was just like, it was that competitive game that like people sweated at, and I wasn't good. Like, I didn't know my positioning. I didn't have crosshair play, so I literally had nothing, and so I was bad. I was like really bad. And then, you know, slowly the game started gaining like a lot more popularity. It was popular, but I feel like that 2022, 2023 period, it was like really like peak to be playing like the game back then. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just because that was my first year, my honeymoon period. But yeah. But anywho, so me and my boy Shuya, we start playing fairly consistent, like almost like every night we're playing ranked. And I'm also playing with like my group of like high school friends who like we didn't game anymore, but then we started like gaming again. And yeah, we started playing like Valorant and stuff like that. So it was pretty consistent. Like, I was kind of on every night, and you know, I was getting a couple clips here and there and stuff like that. So then I was like, oh, okay, well, let me just put these together in like a montage. And so the original Zeph channel was primarily consistent of clips of myself and my friends. And you know, I took inspiration from the EXE videos. I can't remember the name of the content creator, but I'll put it like right here in to show you guys like who I kind of like was watching at that time. And so I was watching, you know, EXE videos and stuff like that, and I kind of wanted to replicate that because it was cool and stuff like that. So yeah, so I started doing like little montage videos, and then I realized like, hey, no one's actually here to watch you. Like, you stink. Like, stop making those videos. And so then I started making it about like some of my friends who were like higher elo players, and you know, nothing over 100 views, but you know, I was still kind of getting my video editing chops in at that time. So I do appreciate everybody who sent me their clips and allowed me to like gain some experience video editing, which, my goodness, I still have a lot to learn from video editing, but we'll get there in a little bit. Then I just started watching VCT with my boy Shuya, because like we were both like really excited about like trying to get better, but like not really. And then like we started watching like VCT with the intent of like try to copy some of their strats and stuff like that, which is like, in hindsight, it's like, brother, they're working with 5 people who are really good, and you're just a duo trying to learn the basics. Anywho, so yeah, we were me and Shuya were just constantly playing and stuff like that, trying to improve. And we were watching, and he became a fan of Zeta Division because he's from Japan, and then I was a fan of like Optic the Guard because I was like, I'm born here in the United States, so those are kind of like my 2 teams. I know they both have Canadian players, but those are my 2 teams. And you know, because I'm a Brazilian citizen as well, I was a fan of Loud. And so like I had like 3 teams, and he had 1, and like we were watching Masters Reykjavik, and we were just following like all of our teams, and the Guard got knocked out fairly quickly, and I had like Optic and Loud still in the tournament. And as history would have it, like Optic would win the entire tournament. And so that's when I became like a really like big fan of them. And so like that year passed and nothing came about it. I wasn't really making VCT videos. And then like the franchise league started. And, I was watching and I was paying attention and I was like, oh, like, here's a storyline here, here's a storyline there. Like, let me put them together, make this a video. And, some of you guys know I've made like some like 100 Thieves videos, some Cloud9 videos, some Yay videos. And, it kind of all led to this one video that you guys probably have all watched. And it's the Carmine Corner video. And the CarmineCorner.exe video was the thing that kind of blew up. It's probably still my most watched video on the channel. And Carmine Corner was such a joke, but like they kind of made me 100,000 views and a couple more subscribers. I think I was like at 500 after that. And so I was like, oh, let's continue with like the memery. And so then like during playoffs, I was like, oh, like no one's doing like anything where like they're recapping the entire like beginning of the season. So let me like do like a video where like I just like explain everything that happened in the season, like all the guys of who are moving on, because like I kind of knew the gist of every team. I was like, oh, this team is doing this team is doing that. Like, these guys are trolling, these guys are not. And so, yeah, that's kind of how the first haters guide came about. It also came about because I'm a huge fan of like the NFL and my team is the Chargers. And I watched this guy called Urinating Tree since I was in high school. And so, he makes fantastic football content. And I just kind of borrowed that idea and put my own like twist into it, and I just kept the title. But yeah, like a lot of my stuff is inspired from his stuff, and yeah, it took off. Like I mean, at that time, 14K views was like, whoa, you guys are watching me for my content, which is insane. Then like I just kept doing them, and then I did the Tokyo one, and you guys loved the hell out of that one. I think it's sitting right now at 71,000 views. I'm sure it was closer to like 50 when Tokyo happened. But yeah, you guys supported the hell out of that. And then, there was a dead period. Nothing was really going on. And then I did the LCQ one. And you guys really liked that one too. And I did the Challengers, the Ascension one. And I did the Champions one. And the Champions is the most supported video I've ever seen on my channel. 95,000 views. Like, you guys don't understand how insane that is. And I think it was slightly before Champions that I had reached the 1,000 subscriber mark. And even then, like back then, I was like, whoa, 1,000 views, like this is insane. And so I was just really happy. And then the Champions one came out, and I was going to Disneyland at that time, and I literally blew all the money from the Champions video at Disneyland. So that was fun. So thank you guys for the Disneyland trip. That was awesome. And yeah, and after the Champions one, well, views started going down, but I mean, that's normal, right? I mean, there's nothing going on in the off season, and dude, like the off season was probably not, I wouldn't say that it's the worst part, but it was like the most slow part, because the roster changes didn't really happen like back to back to back. It more like kind of gradually happened, and there was a long period in the off season. So I kind of took a break. I focused my time on a bunch of like school stuff, and got some work done, and that was awesome. That was perfect timing for both me and for VCT. And now I come back and I'm making the stuff at the beginning of the year. Beginner's Guide received fairly well, and then we're back to the haters guides and stuff like that, and the tier lists, and you guys are supporting, you guys are subscribing, you guys are giving more views, you guys are giving likes. Some of you guys are even like gifting me stuff, gifting me money, which is like insane. And so I really do appreciate that. And then I open up the channel membership, and like 20 of you guys are channel members, which is like, thank you. I really appreciate that. For like $1, I mean, that's all I ever really ask. There's no sense in asking you guys for more. Like this is not that premium of a channel to begin with. It's a one-man person operation. But to the 20 people who give me $1 a month, I do appreciate it. And so yeah, we're here now. We're 3 haters guides in, one for each of the regions. No China, because like China is super hard to follow. You've had to have watched like everything last year and been keeping up in the off season and watching everything without English, like subtitles or casters, which is really tough. And it's gonna be tough this year for me to keep up with China, even though I'm gonna try to do it because there's still like no English casting going on in China, which is gonna suck. But yeah, this year is I think we're gonna try to do the most with it. I mean, you're gonna get your guide for Masters Madrid, Masters Shanghai, and you're gonna get the Champions one as well. So I think it's gonna be really like awesome. So yeah, hopefully this year we get to do a bunch more stuff. Obviously, I want to do more collaboration with people. Like, thank you to Esports Andy, Forefather, Ford TV. Like, all those guys are awesome. Like, they're always supporting me and they're always giving me some advice. And yeah, to my parents, to my brother. My brother's like my biggest supporter. To my friend Alfredo, who I just started like recently streaming with. Like, that guy is super supportive. I always try to like shout out his stuff. Literally to like everybody who's been watching, whether like I know you or not. I just want to say thank you because I do appreciate everybody who is here watching me talk about Valorant, because not a lot of people get to say like, oh, I get paid to like talk about Valorant, and I do. Even I mean, I do, and so I appreciate everybody. And like I say in every video, thank you for watching, and have a nice day.